Hello, how are you? Where have you been? Did you go somewhere? How is everyone? Is everyone doing good? When were you back? Are you thinking that why I'm asking a lot of questions today? Because our video is all about basic questions. Usually we get to meet a lot of people each day and we should talk to them. When we are talking to someone, not only the answers to everything, but we also have to pose some questions so that our conversations will build very well, or else they get stuck in between. When you want to convey your message to someone, we should speak something by telling something. And to build our good conversation, we also have to ask some questions. Ask them, get the answer. And again, let them ask you and you give the answer. This is how we'll get a very good rapport, and then we can also continue our conversation very well. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, English Matters with Sunil. As I told you before, this video is all about basic questions in English. In the previous video, we already learned the basic sentences in English. There are 50 altogether. Those sentences will help you build your conversation well. But not only the sentences, but also the questions will make your conversation a better one and will take it to the next level, to have a good rapport and to continue your conversation for a certain period of time. When there are no questions to ask you, or when there are no questions you ask someone, your conversation doesn't go further. It gets stopped. To continue a conversation well, to have a good bonding between two members or two groups, answers and the questions are also equally important here. In this video, we're going to focus on these basic questions. Here, we are going to have these questions very leisurely. Let's get relaxed and learn these peacefully one by one. The first one here is, when you want to know someone's name, how will you ask them to tell their name to you? This is a very basic one, we all know it, alright? What is your name? What is your name? This question answers you by telling someone's name. What is your name? When someone asks me what my name is, how would I reply them? I would reply them by saying, my name is Sunil. My name is Sunil. This is very simple, which is used by all of us very regularly. Clear? And now, question arises here. Sometimes we get to hear these words like first name, middle name, and last name. What are these terminologies, first name, middle name, and last name? Where do we hear them? In this video, I'm going to explain these things also. Because usually when we are applying for something, like when we are filling some application or when we are filling some document, we get to see these things here. First name, middle name, last name. What are these? Let's take my name here to understand what the first name is, what the middle name is, and what the last name is. If you take my name, it is Sunil Kumar Sathi. So here, what's my first name? You guys can comment what your first name is, what your middle name is, if you have any, or what your last name is. A few people might not have a middle name. No worries, you don't have to worry about it. Some people only have their first name and last name. If you have your first name and last name, you can mention what your first name and last name is. And if you have first name, middle name, and last name, you can mention all these three. No worries. So that I'll get to know what your full name is. Okay? So here, let's understand with my name. My first name is Sunil. My middle name is Kumar. My last name is Sathi. When you take a few members' names, their last name goes first, like mine. Sathi Sunil Kumar. Sathi Sunil Kumar. Here, my last name is in front. It doesn't mean that that's my first name, because this is my surname, or this is my initial. My initial goes end according to the format what we have when we are especially filling an application. First name is always my name, not my surname. Okay? My first name here is Sunil. And if I don't have any middle name, then it directly goes to my last name. as I have a middle name, which is Kumar, I mention Kumar as my middle name. And remember that middle name is always optional because not everyone has a middle name. But first and last name is mandatory one for every single person. To know where someone is from, we usually ask this question, where are you from? Where are you from? What does it mean? When someone asks you, where are you from? You should not tell them where you're currently living. It's about your native place, where you belong to. When someone asks me where I'm from, I should tell them where I belong to, not the place where I am currently living. For example, I belong to Andhra Pradesh. So when someone asks me, where are you from? If I belong to Andhra Pradesh, I should tell them I'm from Andhra Pradesh. And if someone asks me, where do you live? The answer is totally different here because I currently am living in a different place. I'm not staying in the same place where I belong to. I'm staying in a place where I'm working right now. So here, when someone asks me, where do you live? I tell them a different answer. And when someone asks me, where are you from? I tell a different answer because I belong to a different place and I'm currently living in one more place. If you are living in the same place where you belong to, then your answer is the same for both the questions. Here, we should understand the difference between where are you from and where do you live. I hope you all got the clarity here. Where are you from talks about your native place where you belong to. Where do you live talks about currently where you're living. Is it clear? To get some general information from someone, we usually use the word what. What gives you some general information? Like the question we have already practiced before, what is your name? When someone asks you what is your name, you give your name. The same way, when you want to know someone's phone number, you can ask them, what is your phone number? What is your phone number? Got it? What is your phone number? Or when you want to know someone's address, what is your address? What is your address? Clear? So what is used to know some general information of a person or anything. Got it? Like what is your name? What is your address? What is your phone number? I hope it is clear for you. To know when a person was born or to know a person's age, we can ask this question, when were you born? When were you born? This gives you the information when a person was born. When you know when a person was born, it is easy for us to estimate what his or her age is. In case you want to know his or her age directly rather than knowing when he was born, then you can ask this question, how old are you? Understood? To know when a person was born, you can ask, when were you born? When were you born? To know what someone's age is, you can ask this question, how old are you? How old are you? To know your concern on someone or to know how that person is, we usually use a very basic question and everyone knows this. What is that? Correct. How are you? How are you? So what is the response for how are you? If you're doing fine, what do you say? We usually say, I'm fine. But there are many responses for the question, how are you? If you want to know what they are, you can go back to my video, Greetings of the Day, and check the different responses for how are you. The link is given in the description box. When someone asks me, how are you? I usually respond to them by saying how I am, like I'm doing good, I'm doing fine, I'm doing great. Once this is done, it's my manners that I ask how that person is also. So here, how are you is something which I can ask again, but that's a very common thing and that's a kind of boring one. So here, what I can say is, how about you? How about you? Someone asked me how I am. I responded to them by saying I'm doing good, and I can also say how about you, which means it shows my concern on that person, how that person is. In response, I can also use this one. Okay? How about you? When someone comes to your home and you want to offer something to them, then you can use this question. Would you like to have some coffee? When you want to know what that person wants. If it is coffee, you can mention coffee. If it is tea, you can mention tea. If it is cool drink or juice, you can mention that. Like, would you like to have some coffee? Would you like to have some tea? Would you like to have some juice? Or anything you want to offer there, whether it is liquid or solid food. Whatever it is, you can use this question. Would you like to have some? And then fill in the blank here by mentioning whatever you want to offer them. I hope this video clears all your questions. If you have any questions still, you can post them in the comment section. I'll read them and will try to answer all your questions. Don't forget to like the video, do share with all your friends and family members, and subscribe to the channel by clicking on the bell icon if you didn't do it. To watch the same content in Telugu, you can go to my Telugu channel and watch the same video in Telugu. The link is given in the description box. That's all for today in this video. We're going to learn many more things in the coming videos. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.